Hello developers, welcome once again to Programming Fields. I'm Umesh Rana and you are watching the Laravel 13 AI SDK series where we are building LaraChat, a ChatGPT-Style AI application using Laravel 13, Livewire 4, Gemini and the official Laravel AI SDK package. So in the previous episode, we added real-time streaming responses. So technically, this LaraChat application is now streaming AI responses like ChatGPT. But if we look carefully, the user experience is still not complete. While the AI is responding, the input is still active. The send button can still be clicked, and when the response is long, the chat does not always stay at the latest message. Also, before the first streamed chunk arrives, the app feels like it is doing nothing. So in this episode, we are not rebuilding streaming, we are polishing the streaming experience. We will disable the input while LaraChat is responding. We will disable this send button. We'll show a small typing indicator before the first chunk arrives and automatically scroll the chat to the latest response. These are small changes, but they make the app feel much closer to a real ChatGPT style experience. So if you are enjoying this Laravel 13 AI SDK series, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon and share the video with your developer friends. Now let's improve the streaming UX of LaraChat application. So firstly, I will show you the quick demo. So I will give a quick prompt like what is database seeder in Laravel. Now I will hit enter and you can see when this request is processing, this input field is still active and also this send button. So in between, when the first prompt is being processed by this AI, still we can give another prompt like this. Okay, and when the first response is rendered successfully, it should scroll to that latest message just like this. But it was active on this section itself. And when I given this first prompt, this should show some response indicator while this response is started coming in the chunk. So overall, the streaming logic is working properly. So we are not touching the backend logic today. Today we are only improving the front-end experience around that stream. So firstly, I will start disabling this input field and this send button. So I will quickly jump to the code editor. And here we have this chat box component. I will scroll down to text field. Here we have this input text. We have this text area, right? So here on this text area, I will apply disable property. So for applying the disable property, either we can use Laravel syntax like double curly bracket for applying any condition in the blade file, right? Else we can use Alpine.js because we are using Livewire, right? So we have flexibility to use Alpine.js. So I will use :disabled property, and in this I will use our variable which we defined as a public, right? So we already defined public boolean loading and we initialized it with false, and this is becoming true when we send any prompt. So here we will be getting this value as true. So based on that, I will apply condition here. So I will be using $wire property using Alpine.js. So we can use this conditional rendering in Alpine.js like this. So this will check if we have loading, then this will make it disabled. Next, I will apply same disable property on this send button also. So here again I will use disabled property, and for disabling this button, I will check this input field text length. So let's say if this input field text length is empty, then this button should be disabled. This button will be enabled only when we will type something in this. So let's add that condition here. So for this input field, we have bound with this input variable as we defined in public property in Livewire, right? So I will check with this by using if not $wire dot input dot trim. If it is empty, I will use loading state as well. All right. So either if input field length is empty or either loading state is there, in both cases this button will be disabled. And for enhancing the UI, I will apply one more class on this parent div because this is the wrapper for input and this send button, this entire section, right? This one, this hoverable indigo border. So I will set this class based on the loading state. So after this existing class, again I will use class property which will be applied dynamically based on the condition. So here I will use opacity 60 so that this will display as a faded. Pointer events none, I will disable that, and this will be applied on loading state only. So I will use wire dot loading. Let's save it. This is done. And in this button for disabled, we already added the class as not allowed. So yeah, this will work correctly. Now let's enhance one more thing for fixing this height of this input text area. So I will apply one dynamic property using Alpine.js based on input. So on input, I will set the element height to auto. So I will use this property auto here and element height to scrollable height. So I will use element dot style dot height equals, and I will use math dot mean function. In this I will pass element dot scroll height, and I will set the default to 144, and let's add this in the px just like this. Okay, this is done. Now let's navigate back to the browser. I will refresh it, and again I will give a prompt like what is service provider in Laravel. Let's hit enter and let's wait for a couple of seconds. And yeah, now we can see by default this button is disabled, right? We are not able to click it, and currently this is active. Now when I will try to send any prompt again like explain facades in Laravel. Now when I will hit enter, we can see this cursor event is none and I was not able to type anything. Now when this response got completed, yes, I'm able to click this. Let's retry once. I will give one more prompt like implement queue in Laravel. I will hit enter, and now we can see I'm trying to click, but this is disabled. And once the response has been processed, we can see we are able to click it properly. Now next we will be adding one thinking indicator. So let's say when we give in any prompt, this was showing some empty placeholder, right? Let's check again. I will give the same prompt, and firstly let me scroll to bottom side to the latest message first, and when I give in the same prompt, you can see this is showing some empty placeholder. So instead of this, I will be adding one indicator before first chunk arrives. So let's jump back to the code editor. So for showing the streaming indicator, I will scroll down to Alpine.js side, and here I will define one more variable. Let's say has started streaming, and I will initialize it with false. And also we'll have to reset it when this streaming will be started. So we have this function start stream, right? Inside this also we'll have to reset it. So I will use this dot has started streaming to false, and this should be equals. So we have reset this variable here, and we have to make it true when the first chunk arrives. So I will scroll down, and we have parsed content, right? Here we are getting the parsed content. So when we will get the parsed content, here we'll have to set this to true. Now we will have to use this variable while rendering the message. So this will display for a streaming indicator. So here we added one condition in order to check whether a streaming is true or false, right? So previously we used a span element, and here we displayed the streaming text. So before this, I will use Alpine template. So I will use template just like this. And inside this, I will add one indicator like placeholder message. So I will use a span, and I will add one message. LaraChat is thinking, and I will style it a span. So I will add some class text jink 400, and I want to display this template conditionally if the started streaming is true. So I will use Alpine if syntax, and I will check if not has started streaming, the same variable which we defined here in the bottom side in the Alpine state, right? Initially it is false, and on started streaming we are setting this to true. So based on this, here we rendered indicator. So this is a streaming indicator basically. And for this span, I will use show property. So this will visible if we have has started streaming. Okay, this is done. Now let's jump to the browser, and again I will give one prompt. Explain routing in Laravel, and now we can see we are getting one typing indicator, which was a streaming indicator basically. So this is also resolved. This will display one streaming indicator until we get the final response. Again, if we'll check what is web route, and we can see this is showing one indicator, and now we got the final response. Now still we need to scroll to the latest message manually, right? Let's say again I'm typing what is API route. Now we are not able to see until we scroll it manually, right? So let's fix this also. When we will send any prompt, this should scroll down to the latest message automatically like this. So for auto scroll, let's add this functionality. So let's scroll to the parent div. This is our whole wrapper, right? So only this message should be scrolled, not the bottom area like input and button. So we have to scroll this entire div. So here I will use Alpine property as ref for reference, and I will give some ID like message container, and also I will define ID attribute like messages. And next we have to handle this for scrolling to this section. So I will navigate back to this Alpine.js section, and when this streaming has started, we got this response here, streaming completed. And before this, like when this streaming has been parsed, here we have to scroll to that. So I will use this dot next tick function. This will be one callback function. Inside this, I will use this dot refs because we have defined the id as message container dot scroll top, and we have to scroll to the message container height. So I will use this dot refs dot message container dot scroll height. This is done. So this will auto scroll to latest message or response. Now let's navigate to the browser, and again I will give one more prompt. How many routes are available in Laravel? Now this is thinking, and you can see this scrolled to the latest message. Now if we'll give another prompt, what is service container, and now you can see this has a scroll to the latest message. So this is working properly. So this is done, and that's it. In this episode, we did not change the AI backend or the streaming controller. Instead, we improved the user experience around streaming. Now, when LaraChat is responding, the input is disabled, the send button is disabled. The user gets a clear thinking indicator before the first chunk arrives, and the chat automatically scrolls to the latest streamed response. These small details make a huge difference in how modern the app feels. Right now, the AI response is still plain text, right? So in the upcoming episodes, we will improve the response rendering. We will add markdown support, so headings, lists, bold text, and formatted AI answers render properly inside this LaraChat application. After that, we will improve code blocks with syntax highlighting and copy buttons. So if you are following this Laravel 13 AI SDK series, make sure to subscribe to Programming Fields channel, hit the bell icon, and like this video. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.